Welcome back to the American Dream. Our next interview comes from Charlotte, North Carolina. We have Dimitri Apostle on the show for the first time today. He is an insurance agency owner with Brightway Insurance. He's an insurance expert specializing in home, auto, and commercial insurance. So please welcome to the show, Dimitri Apostle. Hi, Dimitri.
Hey, Sarah. How are you?
I'm doing great. How are you?
Good, thank you.
We're so happy to have you and to have an insurance expert here as well. So I want to ask you, is price a good indicator of the quality of an insurance carrier?
That's a great question. Price actually is not a great indicator of the quality of the policy that you're purchasing. A few reasons for that. One being that an HO3 form is the most common form that we use in insurance, and those are filed with the state. So if you go with carrier A or carrier B, you'll be covered against all the same things. So as long as you have the same form, the same coverage limits, and the same endorsements, the premiums can vary wildly, $500 to $1,000 different. So if all of those things are the same, then you would expect the quality of that policy to be the same across the board.
Okay. Now, what about credit scores? How would my credit score impact my insurance rate?
So credit scoring is actually huge. So in 2001, we started using credit-based insurance scoring, and it can be, again, $500 difference, all things equal, on a house of roughly $300,000 in coverage A. So making sure that your credit score is higher than average is going to save you a substantial amount of money. If you think about, having that house for 10 years, you're paying $500 more than your neighbor. It's $5,000 in just insurance costs that you could have avoided had you had a better insurance-based credit score.
Okay, so we hear about credit scores all the time. So really just the better, the higher, I guess, the better it is all across the board. But, we focus a lot on the show, obviously, with real estate and also with mortgage lending. So I was just wondering, how does your job and your role really come into play with agents as well as lenders?
So we work hand in hand. Quite often with lenders, people are purchasing a new home. They're reevaluating all of their expenses. If they haven't looked at their home insurance at their prior house, now they're taking a hard look at it, and their lender is giving them advice on, how can they save on their expenses as a household. And in that conversation, sometimes home insurance will come up. It's not a bad idea when you're making a big life change, whether you're refinancing or buying a new home, to take a look at that, because you may be overpaying and it's escrowed, so you're not paying close attention to it. It's sometimes a good idea to kind of refocus, recalibrate, take a look at what you're actually paying and what you're getting. It's a good time to do an insurance review. I get a lot of clients that they don't realize that their deductible is $5,000. They don't realize that they're missing certain coverages like jewelry or water and sewer backup. So it's a great time for me to work with the client, the lender, educate everyone in the process, what's missing, what needs to be addressed.
All right. So, well, you sell all sorts of insurance. You are an insurance expert. Homeowners, auto, flood, umbrella, life, business, you name it, you do it. So how does having the right insurance to protect your assets play into reaching the American dream?
I mean, it's huge. We all work really hard towards the American dream. And for something is you're driving home from work, you look down for a moment, you rear end somebody, something catastrophic happens. Do you have adequate protection to protect and insulate you from a liability lawsuit that could potentially take down your American dream, something that you've worked 10, 15, 20, 30 years for? And it's relatively inexpensive to purchase the proper liability insurance, but so many people don't have it. So it's empowering to me to be able to work with people and show them gaps in coverage, making sure that they're protecting their family, everything they've worked for their entire life, that it doesn't all come crashing down on them in an instant.
Exactly, right? Because life happens and something can happen just like that with the years that you've been building your American dream. Dimitri, thank you for coming on to the show. It was great to have you.
My pleasure. Thanks for having me.
And stick around. We'll be right back after this.